Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with another Banjo-Kazooie ranking all 100 Jiggies video. This time we're doing numbers 90 through 81, the next 10, set number 2. You already know the three-dimensional ranking system, X, Y, Z, game design, frustrating versus fun, and the whimsy axis. Let's not waste any more time. Count us in, Will Smith.
Gotta get jiggy with it.
Alrighty, Jiggy number 90. Let me ask you a question. Did you hate the Freezy Peak Grunty's Lair Jiggy, where you had to hit that switch, grab the running shoes, and then get to the flight pad in time?
Absolutely.
Well, guess what? You get to do it again.
Another one.
That's right, it's Mad Monster Mansion's Grunty Switch Jiggy. Hit the Grunty switch, go up the advent calendar, hit the flying pad switch, get the running shoes, go up the flying pad, and guess what? You get to use the worst move in the game, the beak bomb, to hit the Grunty eye and then get the Jiggy. Woo! Go f yourself, Rare. And next up, did you like using the beak bomb to hit all those snowman's hats and then getting this last Grunty switch Jiggy?
No.
Well, guess what? You're gonna do it again, but on a giant snowman.
Another one.
This one is definitely not as bad as the snowman Jiggy. In fact, this would be the difficulty level I deem about acceptable for any type of beak bomb platforming skill-based challenge. There's 3 big buttons, bam, bam, bam. You hit them, you get the Jiggy, you move on. It is kind of funny that the snowman poops out the Jiggy. And now for the next Jiggy, we're going to step away from the fractaling manifestations of sin of Freezy Peak and go back to Click Clock Wood. It's a Jiggy that takes place in the summer season. It's the one where you got to do a bunch of those backflip jumps up the leaves to get to the top and get the Jiggy. Now, the reason this one sucks is because you can fall and take a bunch of fall damage. You got to run back up and you got to do it again. How utterly slippery and moist the controls are in Banjo-Kazooie. I don't understand how these controls are so floaty. I went back and played this game again for this video, and I was like, what is going on? I'm sliding around like I'm in an ice level in everywhere in the whole entire game. It's ridiculous. Instead of Butterfingers, it's like you got Butterfeet.
Like a slice of butter melting on top of a big old pile of flapjacks. Yeah.
Okay, next Jiggy. Next up, it's the worst level in the game. Now, everyone says it's Rusty Bucket Bay. Oh, Rusty Bucket Bay's bad. You got the engine room, blah, 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 blah. And yeah, I ranked the engine room and the propeller Jiggy as some of the worst Jiggies. That's because they are, and this list is completely objective. That's why I got this 3-dimensional axis. However, that's not the worst level. The worst level is Gobi's Valley. And the worst Jiggy in Gobi's Valley is the one where you gotta get the stupid eggs. It's more what I just said with the last Jiggy. More floaty controls on small little platforms. But this time the platforms are moving. Why is it not as bad? Because if you fall, you take less fall damage and then the run back's a lot shorter. You just gotta jump up a few of these carpets and shoot your little eggs into these mouths. I really enjoy the Jiggies where you gotta shoot eggs into mouths or poop eggs into mouths. I really think that illustrates the innovative game design direction of Banjo-Kazooie. Another reason this Jiggy is ranked so low, you got this little Jinjo. He's just hiding up there. He's hiding. And it's an orange one too. For some reason, the orange ones and the yellow ones are always terrible. They just hate this part of the color spectrum. And while we're at it, next Jiggy. Next Jiggy, it's the Jinjos. Gobi Valley Jinjos. Jinjo! Okay, so you're playing Banjo-Kazooie. Mumbo's Mountain. Oh yeah, it's alright. It's a starter level. It's not great, but it's not bad. Treasure Trove Cove. Oh, it's a banger!
Yes.
Clinker's Cavern.
No.
And then Bubble Goop Swamp. It's poison swamps, but it's okay. And the crocodile's cute. Hey, did you want poison swamps in your poison swamps? Because I got poison swamps for you. They took the idea of Bubble Goop Swamp, poison swamps, and put poison swamps everywhere on the floor in Gobi Valley. It's Hidetaka Miyazaki's wet dream. It's the inspiration for Blighttown. In addition to the orange one being terrible, the purpley magenta, I don't know what color this is. Hexadecimal FF00FF Jinjo. This one's hidden in a pot and it's hard to find. It's annoying. The next Jiggy is Rusty Bucket Bay, hidden in a little stupid window, and you always miss it because it's so tucked away and you forget that this is one of the 50 windows you didn't break open to get Jiggy. I put this one on the list right here at this spot because when I was playing this game to make this Jiggy ranking video, I spent 35 minutes trying to find the 10th Jiggy in this level. That's high frustrating. That's low game design. And there's no whimsy. I'm tired of New Jersey. Okay, the next Jiggy is in Click Clock Wood. Can you guess what it is? It's the Jinjos. The reason this Jiggy is so low on the Jiggy ranking list is because doing a scavenger hunt for 5 objects in an environment is already annoying. Now, take the environment and then multiply it by 4. You gotta be looking through each season to find these 5 Jinjos. And on top of that, this level's super vertical. If you fall down looking for a Jinjo, you die, your note counter resets.
Huh?
Really, the main problem is this yellow Jinjo. It's always the yellow ones. He's just sitting there at the start, taunting you. Look at me be an idiot and not even see it.
Uh-oh.
For the next Jiggy, we're kicking it back to Bubble Gloop Swamp. It's the orchestrator of agony, the conductor of chaos, the maestro of misery. It's Tip Top. The Simon Says Conductor Jiggy. Now, personally, I am a fan of memory matching games. I like collecting the banana birds in Donkey Kong Country 3. I like flipping over the little tiles in the pyramid matching game in Banjo-Kazooie. However, this one is not quite the same. Rounds number 1 and 2 are not that bad. Round number 3 is where the problem occurs. And I can just hear you now.
Hey, it's not that bad, you just gotta do it. You just gotta pay attention and remember the order. It shouldn't be too hard.
2 problems. Problem number 1, there are too many things to remember in the 3rd round. You have to remember a series of 7 from an option set of 5. Or 6, not 5. I totally didn't have to re-record this. I looked this up so you can't tell me I'm stupid. Apparently humans can only remember a series of about 4 to 7 objects. So we've maxed out human intelligence here according to psychology, the most prestigious of sciences. Problema numero dos, or problem number 2 for the Americans. The camera angle for when you're trying to memorize the sequence and then execute the sequence is different. And that makes it much harder to remember. I would much prefer that if the camera angles were exactly the same, so I'm not trying to transpose a sequence of 7 items in 3D space in real time before my mind drops it. I shouldn't have to pull out a piece of paper for a family-friendly platformer featuring a bear and a bird. I had to pull out a piece of paper. All right, next one. Let me check my notes. It's not another one. Will Smith, why? Why did you come to me in my dreams and task me with this quest? Why must I carry this cross? Why must I hold this burden? Why, Will Smith, why?
Gotta get jiggy with it, 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 gotta get jiggy with it. Freezy Peak Jinjos. Of course, it's the yellow and orange ones. The yellow one's easy to miss. It's hidden in Mumbo's skull. And the orange one's really annoying. You probably won't miss it, but you can't get to it until you turn into the little fat baby walrus. And then the big walrus moves out of the way because you're a little fat baby walrus. And then you gotta turn back into Banjo from the little fat baby walrus. And then go back to the cave again. And you can get the orange Jinjo. Ooh, what's that key?
I know, guys. I know what you're saying.
I'm so tired of watching all these Jinjo Jiggies in this Jiggy ranking video. These better be almost over.
But they won't leave me alone.
Eeny, meeny, miny, moe. Catch it.
Okay, the next Jiggy on the list is also in Freezeezy Peak. It's the Jiggy that the walrus gives you when you're the little fat baby walrus. It's just an exemplary example of how underutilized the transformations are used in Banjo-Kazooie, and they're merely keys to the laziest of locks. And that's 10 Jiggies down. Oh, I wonder what the next 10 will be. Could it be this one, or what about this one? Oh, what about the pumpkin?
Oh man, I'm really looking forward to seeing that pumpkin.
If you liked this video, please consider dropping in a like and hitting the subscribe button. It may seem like a small thing, but it really helps this channel out. Also, drop down into the comments and let me know what you think the worst Jinjos are in Banjo-Kazooie. I love talking with people about this game. Thanks for watching. Until next time.
Pumpkin, pumpkin, pumpkin.